Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be looking at the physical King Cold. We've got his Super Strike revamp and EZA. I've very much been looking forward to this guy because obviously after the worldwide download celebration on a real high for the Wicked Bloodline team, and the Mecha Frieza Super Strike revamp was actually very good, very impressive. And of course we just got on both versions the AGL PyCon Super Strike update, and he definitely does not seem as impressive. So very interesting to see how King Cold performs. Like many Super Strike units, he is going to struggle a little bit with links with some of the rest of the units on the team, because obviously he has links like Bombardment and Super Strike, but we did bring along the Mecha Frieza as well. As you can see, I've been link leveling this guy since the EZA came out. Considering it's only been like a full day, I think that's pretty good, considering Shattering the Limit is one of the links he only gets after you EZA him, I'm pretty sure, and that's the one that we've already got to level 10. I managed to get Mecha Frieza, finally. He had one link at level 9 for like, I swear, like 2 weeks or something, so he is now full level 10 link. So we're on the Wicked Bloodline team, 200%, we're running the double Metal Cooler leads. I am using the Wicked Bloodline support memory as well for the extra 10%. So you can see here we have 142k defense at the start of the turn, with the little bit of support from this tech cooler who does support Terrifying Conqueror's allies. So this King Cold, he greatly raises attack and defense for one turn. So obviously he's a unit that's not really designed to go in slot 1. 50% defense raise on Super is obviously very good. And he lowers attack and defense as well. And then his passive is attack and defense 100%, key +3, and an additional attack and defense 50%, and Wicked Bloodline category allies attack and defense 25% when HP is 50% or more. So there's quite a lot tied into that HP restriction, because you're getting extra key, extra attack and defense, and providing support, but only when you're above 50% HP. Now, the Wicked Bloodline team does have a lot of built-in healing now, especially with some of the units that we got from the worldwide celebration, not just the new units but the EZAs. There's a lot of end of turn healing, which is very good for units like this King Cold or like the Golden Freezers that want you to have a certain amount of HP at the start of the turn, so that is good. Then he gives all enemies attack -25% and defense -50%. This unit has always been good for like Super Battle Road because of that ability, where he's just passively lowering the enemy's attacks. That is very good. Then he gets an additional 100% defense, medium chance to seal all enemy super attacks when facing a Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan enemy, if there is an ally whose name includes Frieza attacking in the same turn. So they put a lot of restriction on that. Obviously in a lot of events the ceiling isn't going to come into play anyway, and it is only a medium chance, but an extra 100% defense is definitely something that will make a pretty significant difference. So on this rotation we don't have a Frieza, so we don't have that extra defense, and then we get an additional 50% attack when the target enemy's attack is sealed. So there are a lot of events where we won't get to see that, but I've given him a pretty decent amount of additional because of the greatly raising defense and the fact that he does lower attack on Super. Again, he is going to be a unit that will be very useful in future Super Battle Road stages that he can be run on. Like, just solely being on the rotation makes the enemies do less damage, which is obviously very good. So 2.9, so basically 3 million on his initial attack. So I think the thing we have to consider with him compared to the Mecha Frieza is Mecha Frieza actually put out some pretty crazy numbers, but he is kind of designed more to be a damage dealing unit, whereas this King Cold, I mean, he's a support unit that is also providing the enemy with a lot of debuffs, so I wouldn't expect him necessarily to be hitting like crazy numbers with his attack stats and things like that. So we need to get this Mecha Frieza floated off so we can have him and King Cold together, not only for the links but also to get that extra 100% defense. I do have a Golden Frieza on the team. I'm assuming he must have been in slot 7, so I guess what we'll do is we'll put Golden Frieza in slot 1 and have King Cold in slot 2. They don't share a lot of links, but then the units that are going to be cycling into slot 3 can give King Cold all the extra links, and then he'll always have a Frieza on rotation. and we're fighting a pure Saiyan enemy, so he's going to get that extra 100% defense, which I think is going to make a pretty significant difference. So there you go, you can see Frieza getting a couple of additional supers. His defense is pretty high after he gets his super attacks off as well. But now we have a Frieza on rotation. So yeah, we're at 182k. Oh, he got super, didn't he, straight away in the first turn? Did he get defense lowered, actually? Does the first phase lower defense? I've literally forgotten what it was on turn 1, his defense. But he's getting the 50% raise on super. So he's got around 300k defense. But yeah, it's just an additional defense 100% and then medium chance to seal when there's a pure Saiyan and a Frieza attacking in the same turn. So he should have that buff. And then, of course, we have the support from the 4th form cooler as well. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll see what sort of attacks that we get here. We've got a similar rotation. So I'm not expecting, again, like I say, anything crazy from him in terms of his attack stat. But, I mean, even on this setup, on this exact turn, if he gets a double super, yes, he's at 3.5. I think his defense must be lowered, surely, because his attack stat is significantly higher than it was on the first turn. So yeah, we'll see on the next rotation, I guess. And we are going to have the Mecha Frieza in slot 3. So while we won't have a support unit, we are going to have those extra strike unit links. So that is pretty good. Start getting you built up, I guess. So let's go for... Actually, I might as well just try and get rid of him. So we'll do this, and then doesn't matter what orbs we grab for everybody else, because the metal cooler should finish him off here. Although this one, I think my one, I don't think he's been hit at all, so he doesn't have any of his buffs or anything. Alright, well, there you go. I think my metal cooler has pretty much full additional. He has like 3 dodge, and then I think he's got like 22 additional and then some crit. So, because obviously he raises defense with each super attack, so him getting a double super makes his defense pretty high. So let's see, with Golden Frieza, he has Universe, Most Malevolent, and Strongest Clan in Space. And then obviously we get Bombardment, Super Strike, and Shattering the Limit off of this Frieza. So now we have 5 links active. Let's check out, we'll look at Frieza just to see what they are at level 10. So Bombardment is 20% attack, and then Super Strike is 25%. Wow, so what is King Cold actually getting then at his level? So Super Strike is at 9, so it's 24.5. And then, yeah, Bombardment is 19.5. So we're only missing out on, like, 1% attack by those 2 links only being at level 9. So he should have a pretty decent attack stat on this turn. Bearing in mind he's not getting any support. 175k. Yeah, because with the Final Form Cooler giving, what is it, like 30% support, his defense should have been higher than 190k, right? You don't give any support, do you? Bloodline. No. Alright, well, anyway. Alright, so I'm expecting an interesting number from King Cold. We got to, what was it, 3.4 on the last turn with the support from the tech cooler. But now we have these Super Strike links, which are actually pretty effective in their overall like attack buff. Those 2 links alone give 45% attack if they're both at level 10. Which is pretty crazy. Yeah, 3.77. It's a shame that neither him or the Frieza are really, like, you know, optimal for being a slot 1 unit. Because imagine having these 2 together with those links active, and then having a support unit in slot 3 that's giving, like, an extra 30 to 40%, depending on the unit. They would be hitting some pretty crazy numbers. Let's get the... let's get you floated off so you can give some extra support. Because the Cooliza is pretty strong at support unit. We need to get some more stacks in with him as well, so we'll go ahead and do this. Cooliza, definitely a unit that saw a bit of a resurgence with the release of the Wicked Bloodline stuff during the Worldwide Download Celebration, because his EZA was always fairly decent. It's just the fact that he only supports Wicked Bloodline or Extreme Fusion class units, which there weren't really that many of so he didn't really have like a place on like a fusion team or anything like that. So it's good to see him being pretty good on this team. He doesn't need to get that many supers before he stacks up to a pretty reasonable amount of defense as well. So I do quite like running the cool EZA. So alright, so we got Metal Cooler back again this time. We'll keep the Freezer around. So yeah, we're at 166. Overall, he doesn't feel like crazy powerful to me, which maybe is a little bit of a shame, but yes, he doesn't even have, what do you have with you? Just strongest clan in space. Well, alright, so I mean, post super he's going to be at what? Yes, he only like 250k on this turn, which isn't really great. Like, one of the things that really struck me about the Mecha Freezer is I took him into the Shadow Dragons red zone and was quite impressed with not only his attack stats but like his tanking and everything. But I feel like this King Cold definitely is a step down in terms of offensive and defensive power to that Mecha Freezer. But as I mentioned already, I guess his main role is to be a support unit and a debuffer, because he is providing that 25% support to Wicked Bloodline allies as long as your HP is above 50%. So he is a unit that you could quite easily bring on the team and have floating in the third spot. The only thing you're going to have to obviously be aware of is, even after supering, on some of these turns where he's not necessarily sharing the most links with the other units on rotation, if he's only having like 250 to 300k defense after supering, that does mean that he would potentially get caught out by some of the tougher bosses. So that is obviously something that we would have to keep in mind. But I think we can get the Dokkan attack with him next turn if we deliberately don't super attack with Golden Freezer. So can we finish? Oh, okay, yeah, we can. Yeah, Metal Cooler stepping up. I got so lucky with during the Worldwide Celebration, rainbowing both the Metal Cooler and the STR Cooler. It's no wonder that I'm absolutely loving the Wicked Bloodline team. So we get 3 links active, including Shattering the Limit. We've got the support, because do you give 30 or 40%? Yeah, 30. So just under 190k, which still is only putting him up to like 270 after supering. So he definitely is a unit that, like I say, I did it with mine. I would go full additional. Because if he gets that double super, that's when his defense is then going to be at least somewhat reasonable. I mean, he's still going to get taken out by super attacks from like Broly, Metal Cooler Core. Even the Omega super probably kills him, even though he has type advantage, which is kind of crazy to think about. Because you can see here, like even with the support from Cooliza, we've only got a 3 million attack stat. So those 2 links that he shares with Mecha Freezer, that was his highest attacking turn, and like we didn't have a support unit or anything. So I said this in one of the previous Super Strike showcases as well, but I really hope they do something with the Super Strike units, right? Like bring out a new free-to-play EZA that you have to, or sorry, a new free-to-play LR that you have to use the Super Strike units to like do the event or something. Because having them on a team where they're actually going to share links and then make like the LR maybe like a leader for the Super Strike units, which I guess is difficult because they're all very varied. They're not going to add like a Super Strike category or something, but it's just a shame because like not many units in the, well, actually I think no other units other than the Super Strike cards have Bombardment and Super Strike, and those 2 links together 45% attack. Like that is pretty significant. So let's go ahead and just play this out while we end the video here. But you guys let me know what you think of physical Super Strike King Cold. He's decent, but I think you're probably realistically only going to want to use him. Going by the stats we've seen in this video, like his defense, he's obviously not putting out crazy attack stats. I think Super Battle Road is where he's kind of designed to be used, right? Because he debuffs the enemy just by being on rotation. His super attack debuffs the enemy. He's supporting, so you can just have him floating, and he's just going to be providing a lot to the team. So I think he's pretty good, but you guys let me know what you think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.